unfiltered, uncensored top 10 super EZA slash EZA tier list. That's what we're working with. I'm not sugarcoating. I'm not holding back. These units are the top 10 units, and it's in this specific order. I don't care what anyone says. But of course, I guess we're here. Now, the reason why I'm here is because the last tier list video I did, someone suggested that I pull up their kits, and this is one way to kill two birds with one stone, right? I get to just pull up their passive. We can read it from here in game. Now that everything's so structured perfectly, we can see everything that the unit can do, and we can go along. I mean, I can give you a sneak peek at who number 10 is on the list. But we do have honorable mentions here. I mean, don't really pay attention to my World Tournament team. I absolutely went crazy with this team on World Tournament. Copy this team if you need it. This team right here will definitely secure you the bag next World Tournament. Just give me a like and subscribe for that gift right there. Now, okay, as this is not in any list, by the way. This honorable mentions, this is not in any list. It's when we get to that number 10 spot when it's in order, right? So I guess we can sort of mention these guys briefly. They are not the main topic. This Goten and Trunks right here is really solid. He was one of the EZAs that dropped that really like wowed us, shocked us, and was like, God damn, they're making EZA so good. But he doesn't even really have that much, right? It looks like a small condensed passive. He's got some dodge. This right here is what kills him, in my opinion. This great chance of just getting buffs instead of just having 300% is what kills him, in my opinion. This right here, because sometimes he literally just starts off with attack and defense 100%. Granted, he gets this when he does the 12 key, right? But it's just being very weak right now. Okay, let's say we want to go into the Blue Goku Red Zone. Yeah, we all love that event, right? You're getting washed with Goten and Trunks. Try bringing him into the Blue Goku Red Zone. It's not working. You can't dodge him, so you have to get hit. So, I mean, if you guys would want that video of me taking L's trying to beat this shit with this team, with this guy, I'll do it. But it's going to take some goddamn attempts. Yeah, bro, you're going to have a tough time getting through some of these events. Even Blue Vegeta, he doesn't even hit hard immediately super hard. It'll be tough. Now, in his event, I guess he could work, but we're not really going to talk too much about him. He's really solid. He can get some additionals in. He can dodge. He has a little bit of damage reduction with a Kamehameha ally. He's solid, right? When he first dropped, he was top tier, though, and nobody's going to mistake him from that. Now, I feel like this guy was just created in the wrong era. If they dropped his EZA a year ago, that's when I think he deserved to drop. I mean, they really went heavy, especially at the second half of last year with Majin Buu Saga releases, EZAs, and stuff like that. But I feel like he just dropped at the wrong time. Because now we're in a meta to where like it's a lot of dodge, like the dodge canceling on bosses is crazy, right? So let's speed this process up. This guy has a little bit of dodge, and for every attack that he does, he gains evasion, and same with every turn pass, right? I never liked the way that was set up immediately and initially. What I think they should have done was gave him a just a base 50% chance to dodge immediately, and then you can build it up from 25% from that point. That would be sufficient in my opinion, right? This guy can get up to 50% dodge and damage reduction, which is cool, but it's gonna take a while. He does have a base 300% stats up here, so he's pretty good. And then when he supers, he's good, right? He has guard for the first turn. This is a really solid unit. I really wanted to put this guy on the list, but then when you look at the list, it's like, where can you put him, right? This guy can be really good, but if it wasn't for the meta right now needing you to necessarily be good damn near immediately with the hardest content. I mean, you have stage 9 Jiren. I love that fight. He'll look good in there and stuff like that. But when you get into these, before I even move on to the top 10, this is not including Festival of Battles. So do not worry while watching this. It's because only stacking units are good in Festival of Battles. This is mostly a list for like the top red zones, battle hard formidable foes, the content that we're used to. So don't worry about me being like a loser talking about he doesn't stack, so he doesn't be like, no, I'm not gonna do that, okay? I completely understand that Festival of Battles is more like of a fun thing that they did for Anniversary. So these units, this top 10 list is not keeping that in mind because you have to literally stack to be good in that event anyways, right? So just moving on from that guy, Gogeta, he's also pretty good. I think if we were talking, if Battle Hardened Formidable Foes gets like a recent spike, this guy would actually probably be on the list. This is actually probably, out of all of these EZAs, probably the best. Because battle hardened formidable foes, you can debuff. This guy in slot 2 and 3 is going to be eating good. He's going to have damage reduction. This guy can do stuff. Super effective against all types. He's supporting. This guy can be really, really effective, especially on that Gogeta 220% team. And same with Super Vegito. A lot of people are like hating on this Super Vegito for some reason, but it's like, if you run him on the Super Vegito team, he's going to look spectacular because all the scouters, right? Now, those first 2 turns can be iffy, but let's say you're going against, you know, a fight. Now, it'll be different. Blue Goku is just a different fight. I mean, Blue Goku is literally like, I'm tough immediately. What are you going to do about it, right? But if you have any time with this character, he can shine due to knowing where the boss is going to super. If locking was much more less of a relevant thing, he could make the top 10 list. That's what's holding him back. It's locking. Locking is holding him back. That is what's holding this Super Vegito back, is locking. I don't mind the two, like the, okay, wait till we get the scouter and we're 100% safe. Because this guy can activate his scouter if you're beneath, what is it? When HP is 50% or less, right? So I think this Super Vegito is really good. He gets a lot of hate, but he's pretty good. I have full power Frieza up here because the damage reduction rate is pretty insane. I wish he had a little bit of guard, but being able to have pretty much 80% damage reduction off the bat is just something that's going to be timeless, right? That's a very large amount of damage reduction. He has defenses as well. He just loses that over time, right? He's like the lower end of the honorable mentions. He's out of all of these units, he's probably, I don't know, Goten and Trunks. I'm looking at you with that side eye, Goten and Trunks. I'm not going to say it yet, but I'm looking at him with them fraud goddamn alert eyes, bro. I am. He's just on fraud watch. I can't help it. But I'm gonna say probably Frieza out of all of these guys is probably the worst, right? But he can work. He can do some good things, and I do respect the effort that they're putting in with extreme units. But this guy's probably the last guy with the it's hard because I really wanted to put this guy on the list too, but it's just not room. Because he's really exceptional. He's one of the more recent EZAs, right? This guy is really good defensively and offensively, especially with Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the team. If we're talking about his best setup, you can argue this guy on the top 10 list. And I'm talking about with two Super Saiyan 4 Gokus on each rotation. This guy's a demon, right? On that Giant 8 Power, he's a demon. And Giant 8 Power is a real team. As soon as Giant 8 Power was a real runnable team when these EZAs dropped, I made a bunch of content on those guys, right? And these guys were really doing good, but when you just look at what these other EZAs are doing, this is as far as he could go. So enough with the honorable mentions. Let's just hop into number 10 of our list. Hopefully this video doesn't come out too long, but we'll see. We have this GT Goku. And it's crazy, right? Because I'm just sitting here talking about, you know, GT Vegeta, and it's like, damn, this guy at number 10? Like, are you serious? Yes, bro. Yes. So this guy can work. I will debate you. I will not lie to you. These next 3 are interchangeable in my eyes. It's really about who you're playing more. It's more about what you're seeing when you're using the units, because we're all going to have a different experience with different units, right? So just do keep that in mind. My list is not like solidified, guaranteed, concrete. That's not what I'm saying, but I've been playing this game. I've been making content. I've been showcasing these units, so I think I have a pretty good grasp, right? But this guy right here is a monster with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, bro. This guy has damage reduction. When the entire rotation is Giant 8 Power or GT Heroes, he can get up to 40% per each ally on the turn, which is just so good, right? Paired up with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you get the extra 50%. And that's literally why I'm not trying to boost their rates up so high, is because I'm not really considering them only with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, if this list really considered other units to back them, I mean, this list would look totally different. But I'm just suggesting that if on his perfect team and his perfect setup, he can be very good, right? But this guy usually would have 40% damage reduction with, you know, let's say you're running a GT Heroes team or a Giant 8 Power team. He's got the 40% damage reduction. He's a nuker, right? He's getting defense as well. He's getting crit. He's got pretty good stats, and he's a Rainbow Orb Changer, right? This active skill of his is really, I really wouldn't call it a major active skill. It's just really damage. I don't really care too much about the damage active skills as much as like the support or the taunt, or, you know, real value comes from coming, right? I mean, it's going to hit pretty hard and it can win you the battle, but it's not really that big of a deal, his active skill. Same with this Great Ape Vegeta. But I think this guy is really solid. If you take him on that Giant Ape Power team, definitely let me know in the comments how you feel about this guy. But he definitely is worthy of being on the top 10 list. So let's go up a little bit more. I have Beerus over top of this guy. Now, we know how good this Beerus is, especially when he first released. This Beerus is still a demon. Like I said, you can argue this guy higher. This guy is still good. But the reason he's this low is because Exploding Rage, Movie Bosses, and Realm of Gods aren't doing too hot right now. If these teams were still on fire like how they were on fire pre-anniversary, like Exploding Rage, Beast Gohan, Movie Bosses, Turles, the Brolys, worldwide downloads, Realm of Gods, Evo Blue Vegeta, UI Goku, you had a ton, Tech UI Goku, you had a AGO Jiren, like right. Literally before anniversary, this guy would be so much higher on the list. But these teams aren't doing too well because of anniversary power creep. That's why he's where he's at right now. Because you could really argue this guy a little bit higher. But he's supporting, right? Which is crazy. A lot of people don't remember that. This guy's a support. He's a goddamn support. Super class allies and extreme class allies. No discrimination. Now, one is attack and one is defense. And obviously, extreme class needs it more, the defense more than super class units, right? So this is a really good support right here. Now this guy guards all attacks and has defense 160% up with these categories. This is what really boosts him up. It's still workable, it's still runnable, it's still workable, right? I'm not trying to disclose that, but if this was more better, right? Brolys are still competent. Evo Blue Vegeta literally just got an anniversary unit. Full Power Gohan just got a new LR. It can still work. Beast Gohan is still really relevant as well and stuff like that. But we just need more members so he can keep this guard, right, in this extra defense, right? Because this is important. He's got the 60% damage reduction when HP is above 60% or more. And then, yeah, 30% right here. So this is really important as well. If this was just a little bit less restricted, I think I would like him a little bit higher. But for what he was, let's not forget his rage mode. Let's not forget his rage mode. I almost forgot about his rage mode. His rage mode. Oh my God. What? He's not like nobody seen that. Nobody seen that. No one seen that. No one seen that. Okay. No one seen that. His rage mode is really good, by the way. So he launches 400% stats. Damn, that is pretty much. That's a lot. He doesn't have guaranteed crits or anything, but he can get a lot of additionals. And one thing that's really weird is once his rage mode goes away, he now has an additional in his passive. Has anybody else noticed that? Like Beerus, once he gets out of his rage mode, he just has an extra additional out of nowhere, right? When you're back reverted to this guy, right? So that's pretty handy. And he can do this up to 2 times. Raises when HP is 60% or less. So you're not really in any dangers, right? You're gonna have... So typically, the way this guy works is, you know, if he has 60% or more HP, he's gonna have the damage reduction. He's gonna have the guard, hopefully, because you have an ally on the rotation with him. And if you do fall below 60% HP and you have him, you're just gonna rage mode immediately. You're gonna secure the W. Why? Because he's most likely going to nullify the super attack incoming, and he's going to be fine when it comes to slot 2 and 3 when it comes to normals, right? This guy is really good. Really good. There's still 8 more units above him, though. 8 more. Think about this. Because this guy's really good. He's still really good. But I do think Vegeta's a bit better. With the way the meta is shifting, Vegeta's more consistent. That's what I'm looking for. By the way, this is a Super EZA and EZA list, non-discrimination. I think I mentioned that earlier, but just in case you were wondering, Super EZAs and EZAs, I'm not discriminating. They're EZAs, point blank period, right? This guy's really good. And now a lot of people don't like this guy because of this form. With me and my experience, I often get him Super Majin Vegeta the very next time. I mean, and if you're going into a longer content fight, like all of these guys have so much HP to where it's like they're not dying immediately. Blue Goku has millions of HP. Jiren has a lot of HP. Those first couple of phases, you'll get through them and then you'll be able to transform without any dangers, right? Because they're not hitting super hard immediately. So this guy, and especially in this anniversary meta, is probably better than when he was in the old meta, which is really insane. I think he actually gained some stats thanks to this anniversary meta, because I find him getting to that Majin Vegeta much easier. I guess we could take a look at this right here, but this is not the main story. I mean, you're only hopefully gonna have him for one turn, and then the very next turn you go to Majin Vegeta. But I mean, here's what he does. He guards above HP at 50%. He's got a little bit of damage reduction when you collect key spheres. He gets more stats and stuff like that. He has some base damage reduction up here. He can launch an additional super. Where's that? Yeah, great chance of launching an additional super attack when HP is 50% or more. So, I mean, he's solid, but we're not here for that. We're here for this guy, right? Majin Vegeta, right? This is why I think he's good. This guy right here starts off with 33% damage reduction. He gets, the more HP he has, the more offenses. The lower the HP, the more defensive he is. That's what I like to see from characters with this mechanic. Because, of course, you're going to want more defense when your health is low. Why would we want the maximum amount of defense when, you know, our HP is not doing the best, right? And vice versa, right? Like vice versa. I would much prefer if we have, you know, HP full, we do more offense than if we don't have a lot of HP, right? And then we're hitting harder. That's counterintuitive, right? That this is the right way to make this passive, right? Goku is the opposite of that. Super Saiyan 3 Goku didn't even make the honorable mentions list. He's washed, right? But this guy right here is still really good, right? Now, when he has another Majin Buu Saga category ally attacking on the same rotation with him, he rainbow key spheres, right? So he's going to be able to change his own orbs that he needs, right? And we all know Majin Buu Saga is doing really good still. Still really dominant and efficient right now in this meta. Damage reduction rate 33% with one rainbow orb, so he's gonna have 66% damage reduction. He's gonna be guarding if you get 6 or more key spheres. He's gonna have more offenses and stuff like that, but we all know he's a slot 2 and 3 lockdown god, right? He's not getting touched. He's a real defensive slot 2 or 3 option, right? Really solid, good offenses, rainbow orb changes. I mean, he can do things, and he's very solid offensively and defensively. He's like a really well put together unit. The only drawback that people have with this guy is his base form, right? A lot of people just don't really like this guy. But number 7 is Janemba. And I have a reason for this. Janemba would definitely actually be higher if it wasn't for the meta. But Janemba is actually quite tanky. Well, not tanky in the way to where it's like, oh my god, Majin Vegeta. But he's not a dodge or die character. That's what I like to say about this Janemba, right? He's not a dodge or die character, and he works really good with his... The synergy with this guy is very crazy, and just the high amount of dodge potential he has, and he's going to be guarding while supporting, is just really effective. I just think the only thing that's holding this guy back is literally dodge nullification. I literally cannot put this guy any higher. I can't do it. Now, my last tier list, I had this guy higher than like almost, no, I didn't. I had Buhan above this guy, but I had him like right beneath Buhan. That actually, hold on, let me see something real quick. Oh, okay. I just had to sneak peek something real quick. I was about to say, wait, that's not the case this time around, is it? No, it's not. But I had this guy right beneath Buhan, I think, when it came to EZA'S. But he can still work, and he's really efficient. We need to just look out for a new LR and a new team for this guy. I think that's another thing that's holding this guy back as well, because it's like, as well as his kit is designed, it's like Janemba, how do I even explain this? Because he's really good, but it's like he's just not what I thought he was initially. I'm comparing him to when he was very solid day one when he first came out. But now that more content has come out, now that we have much more events than when he first dropped, it's concerning. I have concerns with this guy because this guy can fail, but that doesn't mean he will fail. You just have to really watch out for these dodge characters. I can't really even get too specific into them because, again, certain units are just dependent. There's going to be people on this that's watching this that's like, dude, Janemba always fails for me, right? Janemba usually clears for me. That's why I have them this high on the list, but I feel like he's one of those units that it's going to be all over the place because he's a dodge effective unit, right? So, you know, on my list, I might have him this high, even though I think this is low. I personally think this is low for Janemba, but I can't make him any higher due to the restrictions, right? But there's going to be people who are like, bro, Janemba's not even in top 10, right? You're going to have those people who are like, Janemba's not even that good. But I mean, just defensively, as defensively equipped that he is, even if his offenses are lackluster, like that first turn or that first couple of turns, he's really good. And if you don't believe me, we cleared the entire game with this guy, except for Festival of Battles. We cleared Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku. We cleared not Blue Goku. We cleared Blue Vegeta. We didn't go into the Blue Goku fight with Janemba because of the dodge nullification. We did Blue Vegeta. We did both Red Zone Vegeta fights, Jiren fights, Stage 9, and I really don't count Battle Harder Formidable Foes because to me, Battle Harder Formidable Foes is pretty easy, but I do know a lot of people count Battle Harder Formidable Foes as well. But as number 6, we have EZA Kid Buu, and the reasoning is pretty simple. He's a really good defensive character. He's really good offensively. The healing is so crazy. The nullification comes in so handy. Like, there has been so many times. Like, Kid Buu actually has a nullification that I see so often. And if you use this EZA Kid Buu, this is something you can forget about, but you'll see. Like, against Jiren, he can nullify, right? Against Jiren, he can nullify. He can nullify some of the biggest bosses in the game right now, simply due to this, right? He's got damage reduction, he's got the healing, he's got the additional, he's got the stats, he's got the active skill as well, and his Buuhan team is still doing really good even in this meta, right? Run this EZA Kid Buu. Wait, I don't have a sticker on this guy? What the hell? Hold on, let me just apply a sticker on this guy real quick. I don't have a sticker on him? Why don't I have a sticker? I'm lacking, chat. Hold on, wait, what? No sticker? What? Okay, hold on. But yeah, EZA Kid Buu, he's a really phenomenal character at the end of the day, and his team is working really good. He attack and defenses, yeah. His super attack effect is pretty nice as well. I mean, he's a really solid, stable unit. Now, a lot of people are going to have, you know, some questions and concerns about this guy, but really the only thing that, in my opinion, is stopping this guy really from reaching that top 5 is the fact that, Majin Buu is not power absorption. That's the first #1 thing. This guy is not power absorption. And he would work really well with Buuhan if he was power absorption, because you need a full rotation of power absorption to use his domain immediately, right? That's one reason why I took points off of this guy. And the second reason why I took points off of this guy is because after like it says, before receiving 6 attacks in battle, you get an extra damage reduction rate 20%. This guy's damage reduction rate is pretty goddamn good immediately, because you're gonna have this right here. You're gonna have the damage reduction rate 10% up on the Majin Buu Saga, Majin Buu Power, and that goes up to 30%. So that's already 50%. And then you have this. This is another 20% damage reduction. And you know the thing with EZA Kid Buu and the Boos is that if you don't kill, we're just gonna heal everything up. We have healing right here, and like I said, the nullification is really, really good. It's just the fact that we lose this after a while. But at the same time, we have this active skill. And it can be activated when there's a Majin Buu Saga category enemy or after the character receives an attack 6 more times in battle, and you just get a permanent attack and defense 20% up, right? So I think this is a perfectly designed unit. I mean, offensively, defensively, he can get you through events. I mean, I've ran him several times in the Jiren fights. I've ran him several times in the Blue Vegeta event. I've ran him in Battle Harder for Middle. I mean, come on, I'm a YouTuber. I've done this already. I mean, I don't have to keep going on him and saying this back to back to back. Yes, of course, I've made content on all of these guys, so I know these guys' performance, right? This guy is really, 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 really good, right? Don't sleep on this guy. But I'm not gonna lie. Before I finalized this list, I had Janemba higher than this Kid Buu. So don't, if you want to make that change, I'm just giving you the little side eye, the little side wink. Maybe you're not wrong, okay? Because before I finalized this, Janemba was higher than this guy, right? But number 5. You know shit is tragic when Buuhan is number 5 because of how broken Buuhan is. That's just going to show you that Anniversary did an amazing fucking job, okay? Anniversary cooked. This guy's a god, bro. You can argue this guy higher, but when you see the other characters, you're gonna remember like, oh yeah, right, these guys are gods, right? So attack and defense 200%. I don't have to go over his whole kit. He recovers. He has stats. He changes key spheres to rainbow key spheres. I mean, this guy's he double rainbow orb changes, right? He just after turn 5 randomly changes another type of key spheres. I don't know why they just gave him double orb changing. I don't know. They just give it to him, right? Then he's a nuker. He's getting 30% defense, 12,000 HP, and 40% attack per orb. Mind you, he's gonna eventually become a double rainbow orb. A double orb changer. But he's already a rainbow orb changer, unblocking those paths and getting a lot. And then this is the seal of the deal right here. You only need 3 rainbow orbs to get him at 66% damage reduction. Really easy when he's creating them, right? Very easy. And chance to crit is damn near like 100% with this guy. So, you know, you can dodge build him all the way up. This is a full dodge build character. So he has a decent chance to dodge. He's got damage reduction. He's healing. He creates his own orbs. He gets more defense when he's attacking, right? Oh, and he just supports. I mean, is there... Like I said, you could probably argue this guy even higher, right? This guy's busted. Super good, as a matter of fact. But number 4, I gave the edge to Texel. And why did I give the edge to Texel? Because STR Cell is out now. He has a better team, right? STR Cell is better than Tech Buhan, which is the leader skill for this guy, right? His main leader skill, right? You have AGO, Dokkan Fest Easy, which he's on this list, by the way. And he's dominant. And then you have the domain support and stuff like that. And this guy's just really, 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 really good when he gets his links, right? It's the same with Buhan. Like I said, these two are so similar that you can interchange them. But I'm giving him the edge right now because I think he has a better leader skill. This is the only time this video I'm actually really looking at leader skills, because Tech Buhan right now, he's gonna drastically do worse than STR Cell is right now, right? And then the domain support this guy gets, not only that, it's very easy for this guy to have a lot of damage reduction. He's going to have the base 20% with a super class enemy, and then he gains damage reduction per rainbow key sphere right here, right? He gets this when attacking. This is his basic effect right here. He's a real nuker. This is what I will call a real nuker. For every key sphere, he gets attack and defense 50% up. And then right here, you see he has a chance to launch an additional, essentially. He has base damage reduction up here as well, right? Receives an additional... And then, wait, hold on. Did I read that wrong? Receives an additional key +2 per key sphere. Obtain chance of performing a critical hit and damage reduction rate 20%. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. So 20% here, 20% there. And then you can build up damage reduction. So this guy can get up to 90% damage reduction. Buhan, if Buhan can get up to 90% damage reduction, he would be above this guy. But he can't, right? So Cell, effectively being a nuker, generating his own orbs, could be in slot 1 with 90% damage reduction, super, and heal. Remember, this guy heals on super, so he's healing just like Buhan. I think Buhan's just a little bit better at healing, though, and no one's gonna argue with me on that one either. But this guy is healing, and his defenses are ludicrous, right? Because he's nuking, but then when he attacks, he gets this multiplicative right here, which is insane, right? So this guy's defensive potential is just way higher than this Buhan, which I think Buhan might have a slight edge when it comes to offensive potential, right? This is my reasoning for putting Texel above Buhan, is because he's defensively better, even though this guy's offenses is really good as well, right? But he has the edge defensively over what this Buhan has, right? As well as the leaders. So moving on to number 3, I have AGL Cell, which again, you can talk me into Texel being better than AGL Cell. You can talk me into Buhan being better than Tech Cell, right? But this guy is just the holy fucking grail, chat. I mean, his base form's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Like, we're not really worried about him. He's gonna live turn 1, right? He's gonna be all right. He's got a solid attack and defense. He's got a base 50% chance to dodge. This is extra stuff that you barely get to see unless you're going into like a, I don't know, a showcase fight or something. But like the real relevant fights right now don't have this. I mean, Festival of Battles, but he is not a stacker unit. So, I mean, this is never, you're never really going to see this or this, right? But it's there. It is. And then, you know, you have this stuff right here. Extra chance of damage reduction, critical hit, and evading. And then you have this guy right here, which is pretty good. I mean, yeah, we're getting through the forms and stuff like that. Like, he's average. He's solid. Like, you know, he's a decent EZA, right? You know, you get him turn 3 at the latest because let's say you get this. So another thing about this guy. So let's say you get him turn 1, you just keep him on rotation, and then turn 3 he goes into Android 17 absorb cell, right? Second form cell. And then, but here's the caveat. If you get this guy, let's say you go into a fight or an event, and this guy slot 3 immediately, he's just going to transform into this guy immediately, right? So you could possibly turn 1 get this guy out, right? It is a very high possibility, and this guy is a lot better than that previous form, right? Because he's guarding, he's got more a higher rate of stats, right? He's got damage reduction rate, chance of performing a critical hit, chance of evading enemies attack 17%, right? And then he has that pretty much over here as well. It's 18% when HP is 50% or more, right? It's an extra 18% chance of dodging, more crit, and damage reduction, right? So he's going to be guarding with damage reduction with a very high chance of dodging, and he can do additionals, right? But it's when you get to this guy. Oh, wait, wrong guy. It's when you get to this guy to where it's like, yeah, he's the top dog, right? Key +3 attack and defense 400%, damage reduction rate, chance of performing a critical hit, and chance of evading enemies attack 35%, right? That doesn't look like a lot, right? Even though it is just 400% stats immediately, you have this 35%, but when HP is 50% or more, everything's at a 70% chance, right? And for those first 3 turns, he guards, by the way. And then he gets a multiplicative when attacking with 12 or more key. This guy's insane. Very short, concise passive. Very busted and broken. Just you see him in game, right? He's doing 1 super, 2 supers, hit a potential additional super, 70% chance to dodge. He has a 70% damage reduction rate. He's guarding. He has a 70% chance to crit. He's getting additionals. His stats are high. He's got the domain from STR cell. He's hitting for 50 million, 53 million, 57 million, right? His defenses are so goddamn high. Don't forget this as well, though. Let's look at his super attack effect. Don't forget this. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, right? I mean, when this guy comes out, it's just like everybody move out of the way. It's everyone move out of the way. It's his time to shine. It's like All Might stepping into the building. It's like oohs and ahs, like, oh my god, what a legend, right? This guy is so good. But there are 2 units I think are even better, and it's. I don't think people are gonna expect the next one, but I mean, you're obviously seeing that Goku is missing, right? Like, oh, where's the other EZA? He's coming. But that was number 3. Let's go into number 2. Number 2 is actually this guy. This guy, his utility is just too good. I'm sorry. Now, if I was a player who judged characters off of offense, strictly defense, and stuff like that, this list would be much different. But you got to understand how big support is in this game. You have to understand how much it means to support for 2 turns, damage reduction and crit. It is just so huge, right? This guy, it's not like he's bad offensively or defensively either, right? And he's a support, right? He's significantly, this guy on Dragon Ball Seeker's Youth and DB Saga is significantly buffing those guys to hell. With this right here, he's his own Rainbow Orb Changer, right? He gets extra stats when he attacks. He's a nuker as well. For every orb, attack and defense 30%, and he generates his own orbs, right? For every Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, he gets an extra critical hit chance and 10% extra damage reduction, right? Which is really good. And then all you really need, okay, so here's the thing. With this EZA, they changed him slightly, right? So you would usually always need to collect 7 or more orbs with this guy to get the full effect of everything you would want from this guy, right? But now they changed it to where you can actually put him in slot 3, and the requirements to get this buff is way less. So you would typically always, every time you get this Kid Goku, you would aim for 7 orbs. But now in slot 3, you could put him in slot. He's the perfect slot 3 character because it's like, okay, you put him in slot 3. He's going to be supporting his allies from here. He's going to be good because he's generating orbs. So he's helping out everybody on the field on his rotation, as well as once you get 5 or more key spheres, or 7, if you want to put him in slot 2, you're still going to give the entire team for 2 turns 8% damage reduction. You're still going to give all allies, you know, some attack and defense as well. So it's just so good, right? It's just so good. It's so good. I mean, it's so good. It comes in clutch so much. Now, his active skill is not really... I mean, in my opinion, you know how you should know how I feel about these type of active skills. If it's not like really a support or like a key +3 attack and defense, you know, something like EZA Kid Buu, who just gets stats on his like multiplicative stats on his active skill. Cell is another unit who, you know, gets stats. Kid Goku, the AGO Kid Goku, I can actually pull these guys up. These are who I'm talking about. I guess I just recently acquired most of these guys as well. So this guy right here, and where is he? I don't see him. I don't care. I guess I just need to really pull this guy up right here. This guy right here, when it comes to that, what you have to understand about that is, what the hell? This right here, this is what I'm talking about. Recovers 30% HP. Well, not that part, but the key +3 attack and defense 30% in battle. These are the active skills I pay like close attention to, right? Those are the active skills to look out for, right? Not necessarily, like, I'm not saying this is bad because damage is still damage and it's free pretty much, right? And then attacks have a 59% chance of becoming crits. That's a really solid active skill, right? Especially when you pop that on a turn, right? You rotate them off. You're giving support to the team. You're giving damage reduction to the rotation, and I mean, you're doing damage and you're really solid defensively. Nobody's gonna argue with me. It might be a couple of people, right? But this guy, if you can bring him, you bring him because his utility and support is so good. He's like Glorio in a sense. He's like a slightly weaker version of Glorio because Glorio is just providing so much more. It's attack and defense 50% and it's for 3 turns. Like, no one, that is the best support in the game still to this day, right? Glorio still has the best support in the game. No one can compare to that, right? But you know, this is a real good support right here, right? And he's really solid offensively and defensively. But I mean, as you can see, I just have this random row right here just to block you off from being able to see number 1 immediately, right? Because it will be number 2 and number 1 is sort of, I can't like hide it. So I just added this line right here. But number 1 is this guy. He's so good. Use him, run him, use him. This right here is what really is why it's like, sometimes, bro, you don't even want to transform with Gohan into like the very final phase, right? Because if you run this guy full dodge, which I know a lot of people are going to do, the first 5 turns, he's going to basically have a great chance of evading enemy's attack after he, you know, supers, right? After he performs a super attack, he's going to have so slot 2 and 3, respectively. You just put him in slot 2 or 3 for those first 5 turns. You get that over with. He gets slightly weaker, but if you're running the build, like hidden potential build, a full dodge, this right here is just gonna make him feel so goddamn demonic when he transforms, bro. When this guy goes into Gohan, he's just gonna feel so much demonic with how much defense he has after like dodging a nice barrage of, because this is infinite. After evading attack and defense it just goes up 59% up. Not for 1 turn, not for the turn. It just continues to go up. It doesn't stop. It's not a limited time buff. You don't have to transform this guy into Gohan yet. And you could just infinitely just keep going and just keep dodging and keep dodging. But then when you get to Gohan, it's GG's. It's like, I don't know what the hell they were smoking when they made this Gohan. I mean, they were just like, all right, make Gohan the GOAT. Just make him the god, right? Make him god, bro. For those first 3 turns especially, make him god, bro. Key +2 attack and defense 250%. After receiving an attack 58%. That just keeps going up. The more HP remaining, defense up to 158%. This I don't really, I mean, this is not bad, but this is what I was talking about earlier. I don't like it like this. I think it's better to have more defense the lower the HP, but it's not that bad, right? It works still, right? So if you're at full HP, your defensive stats are going to be higher. I think it's just counterintuitive. Like, it's just, why would you want your defenses to be the strongest when you have the most health, right? I think it's when you are at, you know, like a little bit of HP. Like, let's say you're at 50% HP. Of course, I would want my unit to be more beefier when I have less HP, right? So in that regards, I don't really like that. But I mean, it works. This works right here, right? For 3 turns from the character's entry turn, guards all attacks, damage reduction rate 58%, right? This is just for the 3 turns. When you could transform him whenever you want. You don't have to immediately. This is not something you can't help. You can exchange into this guy whenever you want. So whenever you want to transform into this guy after you super attack 3 times, which is fairly easy with this guy. Back then it was hard, but now it's really easy to get those 3 supers in with the base form Goku, right? Or the Super Saiyan Goku, right? And when you get hit 2 times with this Gohan, he gets an extra defense of 158%, an extra 10% crit, and chance of performing a critical hit 20% up. You get hit 1 more time, he gets an extra attack and defense 158%. This is all stacking, by the way, right? He gets another attack and defense 158%, another damage reduction rate of 10%, and a chance of performing critical hit 30%. And if you get hit 5 times, you just keep guard. So scratch that. This guard right here, he's gonna keep, right? Now he has 30% damage reduction left over, and he's guaranteed critting now. And this guy nullifies blast supers, which is probably the most common super in the game. This guy can get up to 58, 68, 78, 88% damage reduction with guard. And his defenses are at like 2 million start of turn. Oh yeah, and remember, he massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Nobody's gonna deny that this is the best EZA in the game. Nobody's gonna deny it. No one's gonna say, oh my god, 88% damage reduction with guard, it's not good enough. And he massively raises attack and defense on super. It's not good. No one's arguing. He's just the clear #1 EZA in the game. It's not, I mean, it's not an argument. It's not like a debate. I mean, I haven't seen any, I haven't like looked at any other. This guy is a Dokkan Fest. He is a Dokkan Fest EZA, so I'm gonna give him the regards, but he's really fucking good, right? This guy, like, when it comes to EZAs, man, they've cooked EZAs, super EZAs. I mean, I think this is the best way to go. Like, I mean, look at this, right? Because even the honorable mentions are pretty good. Like, this guy is still really good, right? He's still phenomenal. These units can work and will work, right? But I mean, I think this list is pretty competent. Let me know what you guys think. You know, Goku at number 10, Beerus at number 9, Vegeta at number 8, Janemba at number 7, you know, Kid Buu at number 6, Buhan number 5, Tech EZA, Super EZA Cell at 4, AGL Cell. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about. They're so coherent and so good that to where it's like it doesn't really matter who's better than who. But I really was debating who's the better Cell, right? I really didn't know. And then, of course, Path to Power Kid Goku and this guy right here is just being a fucking unit, right? So I love y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the description. I mean, in the comments below. And I mean, I think I did a good job. I mean, I think I was cooking this video. I think I have like a real solid, like, if we're talking about Super EZA and EZAs combined, not discriminating, just EZAs flat out, I think this was a pretty good list. So just let me know in the comments how I did, and let me know your list as well. I love y'all, and I'll catch you next time.